Hey guys, how's it going? It is Kire here with another Infinite Magicraid video, and in today's video we're going to be covering the January 12th patch notes here for Infinite Magicraid. This is going to be the new heroes and for the Chinese New Year updates here. So let's break this down. First thing, we have the $50 hero in Pollen. This is kind of annoying that it's Dragon Tribe again. We just had the previous seasonal character in Dragon Tribe. Now we have another one that's also Force, also in Dragon Tribe. I think that's a little redundant there, but at the same time, Faction Wars is so difficult. If you're willing to spend, you can actually potentially beat one of these factions now that you can like really focus in on Force, Mark, and the Dragon Tribe faction. Have a lot of good characters there. So let's take a look at this character here. I think he's actually really good. He covers a lot of the issues that the Dragon Tribe faction has, whereas he has this in his auto attack. There's a chance to remove one attribute buff from all enemies, or there's a chance to remove one random buff, prioritizing non-attribute buffs from all enemies if self-effect res is not below 100% when casting Decayed Staff Strike. Afterwards, attack all enemies. It deals damage to all enemies. So that's interesting that it does damage to all enemies on attack. There's very few characters that do that. And he has this mechanic that based on his effect res, he'll do a specific ability, which I like, that it has some kind of trigger based on how much effect res you have. I think effect res is one of the few stats of this game that is very underutilized. So building a kit around needing a certain percentage, I think is actually pretty interesting. And super good A2 here, increases all allies defense by 60% and tenacity by 60% for 2 turns. And then he also additionally gains damage immunity for 1 turn if self-effect res is not below a certain percentage when casting Boncho Shelter. So I think it's probably going to be another 100%er there. You need to have 100% effect res. Then he also gives damage immunity for 1 turn. I think that's one of the best A2s in the game, right up there with Alec there. So super good. Then we have Pollen is immune to crowd control effects if effect res is not below 100% when an enemy inflicts a crowd control effect on him and increases self-turn meter by 20% and other allies' turn meters by 10%. Besides, Pollen increases self-extra tenacity. So very good passive. This is one of the things that this faction is missing, is being able to remove control effects consistently, and he's also immune to them. Very good passive there. And then we also have his ultimate, increases all allies max HP by 50% for 2 turns and restores their partial HP based on Pollen's max HP. I think having a boost up in the max HP is an amazing supportive move, and it's going to mean his heal gets bigger. So then also Recovery Horn Aura gets even bigger for him, which I think is really good. Afterwards, grants other allies stealth for 2 turns, also really good. And then Pollen cleanses all debuffs from all allies before restoring their HP if self-effect res is not below 100% when casting. So it's like one of the best supportive ults, one of the best supportive A2s. Amazing passive, already a very good hero, and I'm glad he's a good hero at exclusive 0. And then he just gets better from here. Increases all allies 25% effect res at the beginning of each wave for 2 turns. If Pollen's initial effect res is not below 100%, but not lower than 50, or increases all allies effect res by 50% for 2 turns at the beginning of each wave if Pollen's initial effect res is not lower than 100. I think that's really good too. Then we have his, but I don't think that's worth going for exclusive 1 version of him, for example. And then Pollen increases his turn meter for every enemy target whose speed is higher than him at the beginning of each wave. And then I think that's insane. That's like a Quinlan level passive. I'm not a fan of those kind of passives where you get rewarded for people being faster than you. And then lastly, gains 1 more turn after casting Immense Happiness, and also grants res debuff for all allies for 1 turn if Pollen's effect res is not lower than 100% when casting Immense Happiness. So here's another, of course the E3 is the best one, and he gets to go again after casting this really good ultimate. Questionable. He becomes an insanely better character at exclusive 3. They did the same thing with Nicholas. So kind of a bummer there, but at the same time, of course they're trying to make money there. So it's, definitely controversial in my opinion when it comes to this character, especially with him being another Miracle Wish character. He's a limited time only summon because he's tied to the seasonal event, but is what it is. Lele here actually looks pretty good for an epic that everyone's going to get. Defensive character, Red Mark, Holy Light Parliament, a big thing is going to be this ult here, increases all allies crit rate and crit damage by 2 turns. And then an exclusive 1 increases the crit rate granted and the crit damage by this. So maybe it's 25-25, and then it goes up to 50-50. I don't know if it is. That's a really good ultimate for her there, but probably, I don't know, I'm guessing like 15-30, and then goes up to 25-50. Somewhere along those lines. I'm not sure on exactly how much she's going to be giving, and then what the cooldown is on it, but potentially really good ultimate there. And then grants a shield on an ally. This is her passive here. Grants a shield on an ally by part of max HP for 2 turns if the ally gains heal buff in 1 turn while Layla is on the battlefield. I really like this, especially in the Holy Light Parliament faction, because there's so many people giving heals. This also, I love things that are happening out of turn or don't need a cooldown for a shield in this game. Having something like that is really good. And then the ally with overheated joy cannot trigger the lighted fireworks effect. Right here, removes overheated joy from all allies, increases their turn meter, and grants heal on them for 2 turns. So it also works with herself. So when she does this, she removes it, and then also gives that shield right there. And then her just steals turn meter, which is a pretty good thing to have on her A1. So then I think both of those are good characters. I like it when the epic's actually good too. Everyone's guaranteed to get them. We haven't really gotten a good epic since Seal, I think. I don't think anyone's really using Rudolph, who was the epic in the Christmas event. So this is the big news here when it comes to this patch is going to be an actual good raid up event with all good characters. Would be happy pulling any one of these guys. I still don't have Hazonia, so I'm going to go for it. I've been saving up for quite a while. And where am I at? I got 121 pulls on deck. So we'll probably hit pity and hopefully get someone here. But I would be happy with the Natalie too, and also Greta, also and Nasil, like, because all 3 of those characters I don't have at all. So I think that'd be great. I do have Hoff at exclusive 1. So let me just see if exclusive 2 Hoff is any good. This is just purely for my account here. Let's find out. Exclusive 3 gets really good. Exclusive 2 though, inflicts feebleness 1 of all enemies for 2 turns before casting. I mean, it's okay. Nothing too crazy. Okay, and then back to this. So we have that event here. That's coming through 13th through the 15th. So that's 2 days from now. And then, or at least, it's 5 p.m. tomorrow. So that's going to be, we're almost there. And then here's the 3-day login event. You get the kind of cosmetic thing. You get Lele for guaranteed, and then another cosmetic there. Here's Monster 9. These are going to be the limited dungeons, probably just like the Christmas event. Hopefully they are easier than last time, but at least this time we were prepared if we have to make sure you save your gems, because it could be tuned with the difficulty needing to be able to buy the buffs over the course of the event there. So keep that in mind. Hopefully they have it like set up where they initially, because in the Christmas event it was too hard, and then they halved all the costs. So hopefully they do something similar, or just do both where they keep the costs halved and have it a little tuned easier. And then challenge, I kind of like that they have these red packets here, because the best rewards in the game are from the guild boss, so I'm a fan of that. And then they have this new thing here, which I'm excited about, the world boss. Each player has 3 chances to challenge the world boss each day. Top rank players will get a special avatar. I'm hoping that it's not like the guild boss where you go in and then you immediately have to lock in your attempt. I'm hoping that you can just keep trying it over and over again until you finally figure out a good team, and then keep going. And then here's the rewards for it. Top 1 through 10, you get, well, I guess the rewards don't really tell you much, but, oh, okay, they got this right here. Top 10, 0 to 10%. These rewards seem really lackluster. The 0 to 10% of players get 1 miracle shard. That seems weird. And then you get diamonds, a cosmetic, and then another cosmetic if you get 1 through 100. And then top 1 through 10 gets another miracle shard. Top 11 through 20 don't get any miracle shards, but diamonds. It's bizarre that they have some things on here that have a number, but some things don't have a number. Notice how in the bottom they have 1, 1, 100, 100, but all the things at the top don't have any specific denomination there. I think that's weird. I guess we'll see in game here. And then we have the spring treasures thing. This is just a pure well mechanic. Maybe with the new changes to these events, maybe it's actually worth spending gems for. I'll take a look at it. I'm not sure. And then holiday challenge. This was one of the controversial things from the previous event. If they keep it as is, it's very difficult. Not many people are going to be able to do it. I think they really need to tune this down, in my opinion. And then here's the holiday pass. Here's the changes. You can see that they're really focusing on miracle runes. And also it's more money, but then you get the pollen character guaranteed. So up to you if you want to buy that. So that's pretty much it. And then there's a couple tiny things here where added artifact selection packs to the shop and then optimize the sorting feature in the battle preparation screen. So that's pretty much it for this patch here. I'm kind of excited for the world event. And then also I do like the dungeons. I just figured it was kind of a bummer that it was so difficult last time. Like these dungeons are fun, usually good rewards. It looks like you can see there that there's a Supreme Rune and a 5-star egg there, but probably no Dragon Eyes this time, if I had to guess. But it'd be cool if there actually was one. They would have told us. Last time they were very clear, like you could get a Dragon Eye, whereas I'm not seeing that anywhere here yet. It just says XP potions, Miracle Runes, and Supreme Runes in the 3 stages. So maybe that will be their justification for making it a little easier. I don't know. So that's going to do it for this patch here. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of it. And with that, guys, I'm out of here. Peace.